Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Super Grapple Bros podcast. We are a podcast of two brothers who are former WWE employees that happen to like wrestling, and also we talk video games as well. I am one of your hosts, Murpho,
I am the other one, DMurph.
and this is our Clash of Champions prediction show.
Yep.
We're going to be breaking down Clash of Champions and wrestling. We're going to talk a couple news stories as well after we do the predictions. Then we're going to transition over to the video games. In the video games, we've got our weekly Overwatch news because there's this little event going on around a certain
just a tiny
jolly man in a green, not a green, a red suit. And then there's also news on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and all that other stuff as well. But first, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the WWE-ness as your longest reigning and only two-time predictions champ puts his championship on the line at Clash of Champions, because it's the Clash Champions prediction show. We are predicting Clash for this. And it's an interesting card.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting show.
I went and just double-checked it on my phone because if I remember correctly, I thought I heard something about there being some special rules. And
there's special rules around the tag match.
Well, around that, and apparently the women's match is a lumberjack match.
Yeah. I like how they're calling it still lumberjack and they're not sticking with the lumberjill.
Yeah. And I had heard somewhere, but I guess it's not true, that they were going to do AJ and Jinder in an Iron Man match, but apparently that's not true.
No.
So,
no. Regular singles match for the championship. But our first match, and the most important match of the night, hands down, is the pre-show match of the powers of the Hype Bros exploding as we've got Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley.
Yep.
Stream. There we go. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally hit the microphone, and it basically caused the audio to dip out. This is why I want new mics for us, because the Blue Yeti Pros and the Blue Yetis in general are a little fickle sometimes with the USB cords. Anyway, I was finishing up saying that I believe that the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win. Because they need, I feel like they need the win. They're being built up, and Breezango is an established team that they can defeat.
Yeah, there's only one issue I have with this that makes me kind of second guess, because I'm gonna go with the Bludgeon Brothers as well. But the one thing that's making me second guess it is, I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently on a recent tour, Luke Harper asked to leave because his wife was going to be giving birth to their first child, and they had told him no, and he said basically, well, screw you, I'm going anyway, and left and went home to deal with that. So that's the only reason why I think they might not do anything, or might not have them win, because it might be a way of punishing him, but at the same time, I don't think they're going to build all this up and then just be like, never mind.
I don't think so. That reminds me of the story that Chris Jericho told about how his son, Ash, it was like Raw was on his birthday or something one year, and Vince was like, "You're not getting the day off," and Jericho was like, "It's my son's birthday. I'm not coming to Raw. Either you plan for me not being there and you set up the card in the show so that way I'm not involved, or you do put me on the card, I don't show up, and then you've got a problem you've got to fix because I'm not going."
Yeah.
Hello, by the way, to Honey Badger, who is in the chat, and yes, this is not really related to wrestling or video games exactly, but yes, Disney did buy out Fox this week.
Yeah, they bought out 21st Century Fox. That is the movie production,
the movie and television biz.
Yes,
arm, the showbiz arm, not the sports and not the news. Well, some of the sports, the regional sports, but not the main sports and not the news.
Yeah.
So, your pick is also the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yep.
Just to confirm, which it is. And then our second tag match that I have written down on here is an interesting one because it's got a special stipulation.
Yep.
And this is Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, with the special guest referees of Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
And if Zayn and Owens lose, they will be fired. I don't think Owens and Zayn are losing.
Yep.
I think this is going to be a potential heel turn for Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Which will be interesting because in this whole current dynamic between Shane and D-Bry, Shane's been the one who's kind of been a dick and not D-Bry.
Yep.
But yeah, I think D-Bry's going to turn heel, and we're going to kind of have a ROH sort, like old school ROH kind of like mini stable, and a power struggle between Shane and Daniel Bryan, which if we get really cool stuff and miracles to happen, maybe we get maybe Daniel Bryan comes back, gets cleared to wrestle by WWE doctors, and we get Shane versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yep.
So
I don't actually agree with all of it, but I think Owens and Zayn are going to win. But what I think it's going to be is because Shane has been kind of a dick and he's looking to get rid of them. I think it's going to be more or less a matter of Shane is going to try and use some dickish heel-like tactics to screw Zayn and Owens over, and Daniel Bryan's going to be like, what the hell are you doing?
So you think it's going to be more of a slow burn where Daniel Bryan's not exactly going to side with Owens and Zayn, but he's going to be like, dude, you're not being fair. Be fair. And Owens and Zayn are going to sneak a win in because of that.
I think Daniel Bryan will be the reason that Owens and Zayn win, but it will be because he's stopping Shane McMahon from using underhanded tactics, because that's not how they're supposed to do things.
Yeah, it's not a conscious, deliberate screw job of him purposely screwing over Nakamura and Orton so that way Zayn and Owens win.
Yeah, it's gonna be like he'll do the pinfall probably, like he'll count the 3 or whatever, but he's not gonna be doing it to make Owens and Zayn win. He's going to be doing it to try and keep the match fair, while Shane's gonna be trying to be the one to try and keep things with underhanded tactics the way he wants.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think that can go either way. I agree with what you're saying as well. Then we got our women's championship match of Charlotte versus Natty.
Yep.
I'm going with Charlotte.
Yeah. Sorry, Natty.
Really not too Well, as far as I know of, really not much going on with this rivalry. It's a lumberjack match, so all the women in the SmackDown ladies division, I should have said ladies in the SmackDown women's division, but they're all going to be outside the ring. But I think Charlotte's going to win because I think if you're trying to build up that new stable with Ruby Riott, they are heels. Natty is a heel. It doesn't work unless you want to have Natty join forces with them, in which case, why would you do that? Because you're kind of you're putting an old, not like, don't mean old as an age, but like a veteran. You're putting a veteran who's been around for a long time in front of these fresh new stars who's going to hog the spotlight from these new stars.
Do you want to know why you would do that, though?
Why?
Because Evolution is a mystery.
Full of things that no one sees.
Exactly.
You're picking the wrong person in this match who would do that. Honestly, actually, though, I would be cool with Charlotte maybe turning heel on somebody. If she wasn't the champion, it'd be really cool. Because now, since she has the championship, it's like, I don't need anybody. But if she had the championship, if she like actually turned and was like, this is a new evolution. And Mickie James comes over from Raw. She can be the Ric Flair. Or just Lita comes out from the back. She's no longer a producer. Amy Dumas just decides that she's going to start wrestling again. She takes Ric Flair's place. And Charlotte Flair's Triple H. And then you got those... the Riot Squad, I think that's what they're calling them.
Yeah, I still wish they would do an idea they had a while ago of a new version of Evolution on the Raw brand, which you can't so much now with Owens being on SmackDown. But the idea was going to be Triple H filling the role of Ric Flair as like the
with Kevin Owens
mentor,
and Samoa Joe.
With Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, and in the role of Randy Orton as the newer guy who is obviously destined for greatness and everything, Pete Dunne. That's what I was hearing a while ago, and
Maybe.
Pete Dunne actually started like dropping hints on the indies, like this might be happening by doing like the DX chop and stuff like that.
Or he was trolling.
Yeah, it could be that too. And then nothing happened, and I'm just like, oh,
you were a sad boy.
I'm a sad panda. And at the end of the night, we're gonna have a sad Viper.
Yep, you probably will. You know what's one thing that I would like to see though in the women's division? Because now that the women's division has expanded enough,
Stevie Richards.
No. Damn. No. Santina Morella. No.
Santina.
That's what I said.
Oh, it sounded like
I said Santina. No.
Okay.
No.
Just
Why would I pick Santina's brother, Santino? He never wrestled for the women's division. We need a legend back. We need Santina. We need Miss WrestleMania.
We need an actual women's champion, Stevie Richards.
Okay, we're getting off topic. I think that now that we have the inclusion of, I can't remember what Paige's group is called on Raw, but I know it's the Riot Squad on SmackDown because they're playing off of Ruby Riott's name.
Mm-hmm. Which they're spelling differently now.
Yeah, that's creating enough of a division on both brands. There's enough women in there that I think it would be cool to see the 4 horsewomen actually end up in one of all on the same show and actually create them as an actual 4 horsewomen stable now.
That'd be interesting.
Like, I think you could actually do that now that the women's divisions are becoming big enough on each brand.
Just need to wait for Becky to get back from filming the Marine 6.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't believe there's 6 of those.
I guess they sell well enough on the DVD and Blu-ray shelves.
One thing I will point out quickly, since we're talking about the divas, that happened recently that I think is hilarious. I don't know if you heard about.
What's that?
Did you hear that James Ellsworth has come up with a list of dream matches that he wants to do?
Okay.
He wants to face people like Candice LeRae. And I believe Toni Storm. And the one person he had on the list that was checked off was Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
And in the bottom, in all caps and big letters, Carmella. James Ellsworth has a huge list of women that he wants to wrestle on the indies.
Oh, God. I mean, that's kind of his shtick that WWE gave him at the end there.
I got something else to bring up that reminded me of involving an indie event when we're done with the predictions.
Mm-hmm. And then we've got up next what I think might be match of the night, which is the fatal 4-way tag title match of the Usos versus the New Day versus Benjamin and Gable versus Rusev and Adam English. The only oddball in that entire
English?
Aiden English, sorry.
There you go.
The only oddball in that entire situation is Aiden English. Just because we haven't seen much of him outside of the vaudevillains. But he can definitely hold his own. And from what I hear, him and Rusev have been killing it. Yeah. Every day is Rusev Day.
I was just going to say, Happy Rusev Day, everyone.
Happy Rusev Day.
I'm pretty sure they might win because it'll be Rusev Day.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta crown the champions on Rusev Day. You gotta crown Rusev. You gotta give Rusev a present every Rusev Day.
Yeah, just like how, you have to give gifts.
Technically, that's wrong. Every day is Rusev Day, and thus every day is a gift because it's Rusev Day.
Do you know what day of the year Jesus was born?
Rusev Day. Mm-hmm. Do you know what day of the year the Nazis surrendered? Rusev Day.
You know it's the worst day of the year?
Not Rusev Day?
All right, let me rephrase it. You know it's the worst day every 4 years?
What day?
The Rusev Day that we lose.
Oh. You mean 3 times every 4 years? What's the worst day?
Whatever. Close enough.
Oh, boy. You know what was awesome about the Romans?
Oh, God.
They created 2 months worth of extra Rusev days.
But
that was a good one, right?
Yes, but they did also lead to a certain empire. If you can believe that.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Happy Rusev Day.
This is gonna be a really close match. I don't know who to pick. I think I'm gonna check off as in like count out Rusev and English because I just think they're just starting to build their momentum. I think if you slap the titles on them, it might be too soon. It'd be cool and unexpected, and I'd love to see it.
Yeah, they should wait till Rusev Day to do that.
Yeah. I don't want to see the Usos or the New Day have the championships anymore because they've kind of done their thing and it's over with. I could see the Usos emerging victorious from this. But I think I'm going to go with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable.
Okay.
I feel like they've had momentum up until they crammed like all these people into this match with them. Mm-hmm. And they've been clicking it as a team, and it would give Benjamin and Gable something to do. It would allow Benjamin and Gable, like the New Day can then thus go off and do their own thing if they want to keep fighting the Usos because they have good matches and good rivalries with us. They can do that without the championship around. And then you've got Rusev and English and the Bludgeon Brothers to battle Benjamin and Gable if you want. Or if you want, New Day goes off and maybe the New Day faces the Bludgeon Brothers next since, they've got that history with the Wyatt family. And then you've got the Usos and Rusev and English to go against Benjamin and Gable. Or you have the Usos challenge Benjamin and Gable and then Rusev and English go ahead and they beat up on Breezango to help build them up.
True.
So I feel like Benjamin and Gable gives you the most options if you want out of a win because it capitalizes on their forward momentum. It keeps building them, and you've got a lot. It frees up other teams based on where they're at to go off and do other things, and it gives them a lot of options as to where to go next and where to take this championship reign.
True.
So that's what my prediction is for that match.
I'm gonna go with the Usos.
You think the Usos are going to retain? I can just as well see that happening, too.
I think the Usos are going to retain because not only are they so good, they just had Survivor Series where they beat Sheamus and Cesaro, the Raw Tag Team Champions, to prove that they were the dominant tag team. And one of the things I love about the Usos is you could put them up against any team, heel, face, whatever, and with them as a champions, with their mic game and their in-ring skills, they can make it work.
That's true, but to counteract your Survivor Series point, the whole reason why I think it might be a good moment to put the titles on Benjamin and Gable is the fact the Usos aren't going one-on-one against a single team. They're facing 3 other teams. So this is a good way to get the championships off of them without making them look weak.
True.
Keeping them looking strong. Especially if, say, the New Day takes them out. And, say, like, Benjamin and Gable get the pinfall on either a member of the New Day or on Rusev and English.
True. I still think it's going to be the Usos, though.
All right, though. Then we have our disagreement, our first match disagreement. Then we've got the triple threat U.S. title match between Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. I want Bobby Roode to win because I want a glorious United States champion, but I think they're going to keep the championship on Corbin for a little while longer. I don't think this is where Corbin loses yet. And Ziggler's just... I love Ziggler, but he's still lost in the shuffle. I think still trying to find his new character, trying to find some momentum to build, and I feel like he's not there yet to be able to hold on to a championship again.
True.
At least not right now.
Yeah.
Like, I hope he keeps he finds something sticks, and he gets back to where he used to be a couple years ago.
Same. Because of other predictions, I'm going to predict that Bobby Roode wins tonight.
You think we're gonna get a glorious? It's tomorrow night, by the way.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
Tonight if you're watching this on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe on audio because I have work today, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the audio version out before work.
True.
So you think we're gonna have a glorious crowning of a new United States champion?
I think so because I mean, with the way I've got it so far, is basically the women's champion retaining, the tag champions retaining. I think that's going to be the first title change of the night.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, of all the people to beat Corbin for the title, especially in like a triple threat match, I could easily see something like Rude getting the pin on Ziggler and Corbin being pissed and starting to get into some storyline with someone, and during the rematch gets screwed over somehow, and that takes Corbin's attention away from Rude, and then Rude has the option to face several people, and it also is kind of like, well, here's what you get for doing the job for us at Survivor Series.
Maybe. I feel like, unlike Benjamin and Gable, I feel like Bobby Roode stands more to gain by just winning a straight up one-on-one match with Corbin. So I think maybe Corbin is the one who gets the pin on Ziggler after maybe screwing Roode out. Like maybe Roode hits his DDT on Ziggler and Corbin rolls him out of the way. And then just either pins Ziggler or picks him up, puts him into an end of days, and finishes the match. Because I think I want to see Corbin versus Roode one-on-one, and when Corbin wins his first main roster championship, I kind of want to see him win it in a one-on-one match. And I feel like Corbin can afford the loss to an extent because he's redeemed the fact that he lost the Money in the Bank championship, and he's had the title now for a couple months.
And
for
at
about
Survivor Series, he did beat The Miz.
Yeah, and he beat The Miz. So I feel like he'll retain here to establish that. He'll pin Ziggler. It'll give reason to get Ziggler out of there, have him off doing other things, and allow this to focus on Roode, Corbin, give Corbin a little bit more time to hold the championship after beating Miz, and then Roode could win at Royal Rumble, and then maybe you don't have this program go away. Maybe we have Corbin Roode going into all the way to WrestleMania for the United States Championship.
True. I still think they're going to have Roode win this, though. I think they might start eventually transitioning with him as a champion to more of a heel persona than the kind of face they've been doing.
I think they'll definitely switch him over to his heel persona that he had in NXT as soon as he wins a championship. He just needs to I think that character works better when he has a championship and he has an accomplishment to hang his hat on, to use as proof of I'm better than everybody.
Exactly. So it's going to be a glorious championship match.
Glorious. And then we've got the main event, AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal with the Singh brothers. I'm going with AJ Styles. Styles beat Mahal before. He came really close to beating Brock Lesnar, looked really strong against Brock Lesnar, and I still firmly believe they are going to do Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles going into WrestleMania. So I feel like you can't have AJ lose to Jinder here, especially after Jinder just lost to Triple H. I know it doesn't technically count, but it makes headlines. Lost to Triple H on the India tour.
The only reason I'm thinking that Jinder might pull this out is because he's got the Singh brothers. And there's the whole idea of people have been saying that they think there's been rumors going on that they might put the title back on Jinder as a way of like getting back to him for losing the title in the first place and everything with the India tour and everything that he's been doing for the company. Not to say that they couldn't do something like Jinder beats AJ and then at Royal Rumble AJ gets his rematch and AJ beats Jinder, and then at whether they do Roadblock or Fastlane or whatever for them at the next event, AJ successfully defend against Jinder at that point, and then do whoever won the Royal Rumble or whatever at WrestleMania. They could do that, but I think I am going to go with AJ.
Okay.
Because I don't really want Jinder to win.
Yeah, I mean, you want to watch SmackDown. You don't want to boycott SmackDown again, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got to finish reading my book before I can get back to that stuff.
But yeah, I feel like this would also work really well given the fact that you have AJ beat Jinder twice. That's something AJ can use against Shinsuke when they start their rivalry. And
I beat Jinder twice. You lost to him twice.
Yeah. And then Shinsuke, again, if he loses this match, like you failed to get Owens and Zayn fired, you were the one who screwed up. I feel like if you want to build Shinsuke up to the way he was before he debuted on the main roster, because his main roster stint, with the exception of Money in the Bank, has been very subpar.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like to build him up, maybe you turn AJ heel when it comes time for the two of them to go after one another, and AJ harps on the fact that Jinder has done nothing since coming in.
You mean Shinsuke?
Yeah, Shinsuke's done nothing. Did I say Harper?
You said Jinder.
Oh, no, I meant Shinsuke. That Shinsuke has done nothing since debuting. All this hype, all this fanfare about his debut on the main roster, and he's done nothing.
I mean, you beat Dolph Ziggler. That's about it.
Yeah. And then AJ can hold his hat on the fact that, like, he almost beat Brock Lesnar. He beat Jinder Mahal twice.
Two-time WWE champion.
Shinsuke's done nothing but fails pretty much since being here. He got eliminated like that out of the Survivor Series matchup. So it just builds up, and then you've got fighting spirit shit, like Shinsuke Nakamura out of pure fighting spirit and rage to prove AJ Styles wrong and take that championship. Spends the next few months since Royal Rumble just going after everybody. Maybe it fuels him to win the Royal Rumble, which then goes on, which is his accomplishment, and then he has that rivalry set up for AJ Styles.
I was gonna say, who do you think is gonna win the Royal Rumble this year?
It's either gonna be Shinsuke or Roman, I think. Because we know we're getting Roman versus Lesnar for the Universal Championship. As much as people may want it or not, I know it's happening. The question is just, is he going to win a number one contenders match, or are they going to have him win the Rumble again?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't win the Rumble, it's got to be Shinsuke, because I feel like they're going to do Shinsuke versus AJ.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be either Roman or Shinsuke.
Or it could be Jinder.
Why would you even joke about that? That's not something you joke about.
You know who it could be, though?
Who?
Which I would not complain that much about it, especially with the way storylines are going and everything. I could see AJ retaining against Jinder, and we see Kevin Owens win the Royal Rumble. With everything that he's been doing with Shane and all that, it would kind of work if they had Owens happen to win, because not only is that him getting elevated, but it's also spit in the face of someone like Shane McMahon, and him and AJ do have history. I think Shinsuke will probably win, but I'm saying I can see that.
I think what they're gonna do with Owens and Zayn for WrestleMania is they're gonna keep the two of them together, and either one's gonna turn on the other and they're gonna face each other. That's one option. Or, which I think they're really gonna do, is they're gonna keep them together as heels, and either they're going to be in the tag title match, the SmackDown tag title match, or you're going to have a different twist in the Daniel Bryan Shane McMahon thing, to where instead of them blowing up and facing each other, maybe they team up together and they're in a tag match against Owens and Zayn.
Maybe
at WrestleMania.
I could also see one of them, thanks to the help of the other, winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or something like that.
That could be it too.
Or maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get Kevin Owens in some random match, but alongside with Sami Zayn, while Sami Zayn wrestles for the U.S. Championship or something. Who knows? But yeah, I think my prediction, as far as, not for this show, but going into WrestleMania, I'm guessing that Shinsuke or someone from SmackDown is going to win the Royal Rumble. And then Roman is probably going to win an Elimination Chamber match to determine who will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the title. Have you heard about the next Universal title match?
I have not, no.
Well, let me ask you this. Not knowing anything about what's going on with it, who do you think will be the next challenger for Brock Lesnar for the title?
Finn Balor.
Nope. I'll give you two more guesses just for fun.
It's not going to be any member of the Shield, because they're saving Roman for WrestleMania, and Dean and Seth have got their own thing going on, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Kane.
That's one of them.
And Braun.
Yep, it's Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Kane in a triple threat match for the Universal title, because they had a match, apparently, I don't know if it was this week or last week on Raw, between Braun Strowman and Kane, in which whoever won would face Brock for the title, and it was a double count out.
Well, maybe they're saving Finn for instead of Royal Rumble, maybe they're saving it for Fastlane or Roadblock right before WrestleMania.
Yeah, maybe. Be kind of upsetting, though. I'd rather see it at something like Royal Rumble, where it's, oh, you never know, he might win, and who will win the Royal Rumble to challenge him, and blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
I mean, it would be a really cool swerve, though,
Finn Balor wins the Royal Rumble and then challenges AJ for the WWE Championship.
No. I mean, we already saw that match, so I don't need to see it again.
Oh, fine.
Not that it wasn't good. I'm just saying we just saw it. We don't really need to see it again. No, I was thinking, like, what if Roman won the Royal Rumble, but Braun ends up winning the championship, and we get Braun Roman for the Universal Championship, because that is a rivalry I love.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it, but then what do they do with Brock for WrestleMania?
Throw him the rock.
Throw a rock at him.
Throw a Dwayne Johnson his way.
We threw a rock at him and he ate it. Let's try a cold stone. That one just broke right away. We got anything else to throw at him?
Well, we got a wall of... Oh, no, wait, that's in New Japan now.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do with Brock, but I think that would be an interesting swerve. I mean, maybe you could finally pull the trigger on Brock versus The Rock if Rock wants to or can wrestle again.
Rock.
I
think he's busy with movies still.
Jumanji just came out. He's fine.
He's filming like 3 movies.
No, Rampage is already done. They got trailers.
Yeah,
Rampage is
he's
done.
doing like 3 movies still.
No, he's not. Shut up. He can do WrestleMania.
You know what? They're gonna do Brock and Triple H again.
But you know what? Brock Batista.
Batista might be coming back, actually.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Batista might be coming back, dude. Brock Batista. Honestly, you know what? I will say this on the whole Batista rumors coming back. I feel like you should bring him back now. I think bringing him back before and the way they brought was maybe a good idea, but like the way they did it was a mistake. The
execution of it was bad.
Yeah, but now because when he came back the first time, Guardians wasn't out yet. Like, so nobody knew.
It was
like
to hype for it.
Yeah, it was to hype for it. But now Guardians is out. He has Guardians 2, Bond, and Blade Runner under his belt, and all of his performances in those films have been praised, and fans love him as an actor. So now I think you bring him back, he will actually get cheered.
And you've got Avengers coming up too.
Yeah, Avengers Infinity War is coming out,
and then you could do the long-awaited, least anticipated Batista versus Goldberg in a hair versus hair match. Who has to shave their beard and or goatee?
No, and you shave off Goldberg's chest and stomach hair. Just hold sparklers on it, just singe it.
All right, hold still, sir.
So, that's it for our Clash Champions predictions, and then just briefly touching on the Batista return rumors, which I would love to see it happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I feel like his previous return was not handled well at all, and he also just came back at the worst time too because of the Daniel Bryan thing that was going on. But let's move on to other wrestling news. You've got a nice little tidbit of wrestling news, a couple tidbits of wrestling news from outside the world of WWE to touch on.
Here's my favorite one this week, which is, have you heard about what happened with bar wrestling this week?
Bar wrestling?
Yeah, it's a promotion.
No.
There was a match going on. The only competitors I can remember in the match were the world's cutest tag team, Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae, and Swoggle. There were some others in the match. I can't remember exactly who. But those 2 other people, I can't remember exactly who. Oh, Santa was somehow involved in the match too.
Okay.
They were getting ready to run at each other, and they both start running. And then one of the greatest crossovers I've ever seen happens. Macaulay Culkin gets up and throws a bunch of balls in the ring and causes them both to trip and slip and hit the ground.
I heard that Macaulay Culkin got involved in a wrestling match.
And then he got up on the top rope, threw the metal bucket he had them in at Swoggle, knocked him on the ground, and then Santa threw Macaulay Culkin off the top rope onto Swoggle to end the match.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
So we got a little bit of Home Alone antics from Macaulay Culkin in the middle of a wrestling match.
Props to Macaulay Culkin for doing that.
I watched that. It was pretty damn good.
I gotta watch that. That's hilarious.
Oh, it was so good.
But what else we got?
Other than that, we had apparently the debut of the newest superstar on NXT. One of the finalists in the Mae Young Classic, Shayna Baszler, has finally debuted on NXT.
Nice.
So that's very good.
She was in the finals, and she's one of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, right?
Yep.
With Ronda Rousey.
Oh, and just so you know, I believe the current updated listings for the Fatal 4-Way match to determine the number one contender for the NXT Championship.
Includes Ronda Rousey?
No. Just because I remembered it from NXT being on. I believe it has Cassius Ohno, Killian Dane, and the most recent person to enter into the match,
Velveteen Dream?
Johnny Gargano, which I am perfectly fine with that.
This is number one contender match for Andrade Cien Almas' title. Gargano, Ono, who else was it?
Killian Dane.
Velveteen Dream had better be the last one. Or Velveteen Dream or Adam Cole, I guess. Baby.
Well, I think Adam Cole lost to, I think it was Johnny Gargano.
Okay. So, yeah, I think Velveteen Dream should be in there.
You know who else is...
I would love to see Velveteen Dream versus Andrade Cien Almas for this title.
One person that I have not seen whether or not they are getting into the match or not yet is
Eric
Aleister
Young,
Black.
Roddy Strong. Oh, Aleister Black.
I don't know if he's had a match yet, in which I don't think you want to have him.
Is he in the tournament? Oh yeah, he is. He is. No, we totally talked about this like a week or two ago, actually, on the podcast. I don't know why I completely forgot about
That's why I'm trying to bring up NXT.
No, I think Velveteen Dream, I think faced Cassius Ohno, and he lost. He faced Cassius Ohno, so I'm surprised that he lost that one. And I think, Cassius Ohno. Trying to remember. I think Killian Dane faced Velveteen Dream. I know Velveteen Dream was in it.
Let's see. Yeah, I think the Fatal 4-Way might be... Oh, no, I was wrong. Cassius Ohno, no, is not in it. It's currently Johnny Gargano, Aleister Black, and Killian Dane in the match so far. Okay. So I believe the last match you said was Cassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream to determine the final member of the match. But
is it?
I'm not entirely sure. I'll see if this has any more information, but that's all that have been qualified so far.
Okay, well, we can get back to it. In the meantime, why don't you let us know about other news?
Okay, so Killian Dane beat Trent Seven to get into the match. Johnny Gargano beat Cassius Ohno to get into the match. And Aleister Black beat Adam Cole to get into the match. And the final remaining match will be filled this Wednesday, December 20th, when Roderick Strong faces...
Velveteen Dream?
No, Lars Sullivan.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be Lars Sullivan.
Unfortunately.
Poor Roddy.
Yeah.
Well, that also frees up Roddy versus Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, I feel like they're doing that to get Killian Dane up against Lars Sullivan in that match. But I doubt it, but I would love to see Gargano win that, because I think
it's going to be Aleister Black.
It's probably going to be Aleister Black.
Aleister Black's going to win that. He's probably going to win the championship, and then he'll probably lose it to Adam Cole. That'll be his first loss, and then when McIntyre comes back, you'll get McIntyre versus Adam Cole.
Probably.
That's my predictions. Anyway, there's one other piece of news, I believe, wrestling-wise.
We have a brand new...
Or two pieces, actually, after that.
ROH champion.
R.I.P. in peace, Cody Rhodes' reign.
Cody Rhodes, who dyed his hair like a platinum blonde like his father and brother, came out and he lost his ROH World Championship to Dalton Castle last night. Mm-hmm. And feel bad for Cody, but feel pretty damn good for...
I feel like he'll win it back.
It's quite possible.
I'm pretty sure he'll win it back. Cody's tearing it up on the independent scene right now, and I'm pretty sure he'll win it again.
Oh, snap. Yeah, because that just changes something completely that I just realized.
What?
Cody was supposed to defend the ROH World Championship against Kota Ibushi at Wrestle Kingdom. So now it would be set up for Dalton Castle versus Kota Ibushi. They may change that to have Cody win it back or something, but damn.
Or it's a triple threat. It becomes a triple threat match.
True. That would be good. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I'm getting real excited for Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Kingdom is going to be so good.
I keep looking up the card, and they keep adding stuff, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yes, give it to me now. Give it to me in my veins. Just inject me with Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, basically.
Speaking of Wrestle Kingdom, there's other news regarding that big New Japan Super Show, their WrestleMania.
Yeah, there was this guy named Kenny Omega.
Maybe you heard of him.
He wrestled a match, and then after the match, he watched a video.
Okay, all right, moving on.
And it was from this guy, Chris Jericho.
Who's that?
This guy who's starting this thing called the Alpha Club. I don't know if you've heard about that, by the way. He has his own Alpha Club t-shirts that mimic
Oh Christ!
the
Bullet
elite,
Club?
well,
The elite.
specifically the elite t-shirts that have like the shield kind of logo and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having them sold at Hot Topic, where all the Bullet Club stuff is being sold.
Oh Christ!
So they're getting real deep into it. But yeah, Kenny Omega was holding up his title and everything, and then a video started where they had a countdown, and then Jericho was talking. He was like, "Good job, Kenny. You did a good job with that. But you've got to face me at Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm going to take that title, blah, blah, blah." It was kind of an eventful message, and it ended. And then Chris Jericho was in the ring and hit Kenny Omega with a code breaker. And then started beating on him, and then took the U.S. title and legitimately like hit Kenny Omega in the face with it and busted Kenny Omega open. And then he went to leave, and then someone came in the ring to check on Kenny Omega. Someone that Jericho has apparently known for 25 years. And Jericho got in the ring. The guy started yelling at him, "What's the matter with you? Wait for the dome. Just stop it. Wait for the dome, Jericho." And Jericho responded by giving him a code breaker and then beating on Kenny some more and literally smearing Omega's blood on his own face and then wiping the title across Omega's face to get Omega's blood on it and holding it in the air. And then the Young Bucks came out for the save, and Jericho like backed up holding the title ready to defend, and then got out of the ring, threw the title to him, and as he was walking out was yelling to Omega like, "I'll see you at the Tokyo Dome, Omega." And then the following day, Chris Jericho was doing a press conference about Wrestle Kingdom, and Kenny Omega just jumped out and just started beating on him, and they started fighting. Guys got Omega away, and that's when Jericho decided to take the table that was there and literally throw it at Omega.
Oh my God.
And start fighting him again, and then they got split up again.
Even if the match is a disappointment because of Jericho's age, which I don't think it's going to be,
Oh, yeah.
this build-up has just made it worth it.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things though is they get Omega out of there, and Jericho just like takes a mic, like rips it out of someone's hand and just starts talking, and he sees someone in the crowd laughing. He goes, "What the fuck are you laughing about? Shut the fuck up." Like literally cursing at all the reporters, everything, and telling them to shut the fuck up. I'm going about like this match.
This podcast, by the way, is rated E.
Yeah, earning that E rating. And he just starts talking to everyone there, being like, "This match isn't just going to be the best match at the show. It's not going to be just the greatest match of all time. It's also going to be Kenny Omega's last match in New Japan. It's going to be his last match for the United States Championship. You know what? It's going to be Kenny Omega's last match, period."
Okay.
And going on about how he's going to legitimately kill Kenny Omega, and that this will
kill Kenny Omega,
and saying like this is going to be Kenny Omega's last match, and literally says to someone like says everyone, "Write it down, write this down. I'm saying it now. This is Kenny Omega's last match." As he goes to walk out, he goes, "Are you writing it down?" Literally rips someone's pen and paper out of his hand and just goes, "Last match, Kenny Omega," and like rips it up and throws it at the guy and is like yelling and cursing at everyone as he walks out.
God, Chris Jericho is like he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time.
It is pretty damn good, all this stuff going on with Jericho and Omega.
I cannot wait to see that match. I cannot wait for Wrestle Kingdom. That's like less than a month away now, right? Because it's the first like week or two of January.
I'll just point this out. Next week, a week from Monday is Christmas.
Yeah.
A week from that is New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So we're just over 2 weeks away from Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Is Wrestle Kingdom on New Year's Day?
It's January 4th.
Yeah, I thought it was. I knew it was it was like the first week of January every year.
Yeah. So we are a little over 2 weeks away from Wrestle Kingdom, and I cannot wait.
The excitement, the hype is real. All aboard the hype train. Choo choo. God, that was a convincing train horn, right?
Sure. To
better. I like that one. Go with that one.
Look out, the A train's coming through.
No, stop. Back it up.
It's pulling
back
the
it up.
O train behind
Back it up. I told you to back it up. You're derailing now.
Should we get Albert versus Prince Albert versus A Train versus Matt Bloom in a fatal 4-way match?
What about Tensai?
Oh yeah, you're right. Tensai and also Sweet Tea.
Special guest referee, Brodus Clay, and the Ghost of Test.
Oh God. RFP in peace.
All accompanied by the ring by Trish Stratus.
And the Funkadactyls.
Yes.
God.
All bases covered.
Jesus, please.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I shouldn't have gone there.
Oh, man.
Probably should have made a Just Incredible joke or an X-Pac joke, but I went for test and I feel bad about myself.
Oh, that's something that happened last week that I forgot to mention.
Oh, what is it?
Austin Aries has apparently, when he was in Australia, was tagging with X-Pac in matches, and after one match, they were on the mic, and the last thing Austin Aries did was legitimately insult the owner of the promotion, like right in front of the camera, telling the guy to F off, because apparently it was the stiffest ring he's ever been in. And he stormed off, and people started like booing him, like confused. And X-Pac was like, I think he was talking to the owners directly because, you know, we bump in a lot of rings, and this is not one of the safest ones we've been in.
Xbox is like, I'm trying to be nice, but this ring is pure crap.
Yeah, let's try and save the crowd and let them know why we think it's crap.
Yeah.
Oh, and I believe it's this week on NXT. Just want to make sure everyone remembers. Like I said, I believe it's this week. Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, UK Championship match.
Alrighty.
So excited.
Woo. And then there's also one other thing I want to touch on. Have you heard the rumors about a couple superstars from Impact?
No.
Reportedly, the contracts for Bobby Lashley and EC3 are going to be up soon, and they have no intentions of renewing.
I'm not surprised. A lot of people are fleeing the ship.
Yeah.
As it were.
So people think that we may see Bobby Lashley and EC3 re-sign with WWE sometime soon, since I think their contracts run out in January, but I could be wrong. Okay. This is just me remembering it off topic and trying to bring it up.
Hearing Bobby Lashley, it always just reminds me of how that one time all those years
how
ago,
he won a match for our president of the United States.
Yeah, don't remind me of that. I was gonna bring up about how all those years ago, around that same time when he was ECW champion, we got Vince McMahon's wet dream of a match where it was a triple threat match between the WWE champion, the World Heavyweight champion, and the ECW champion, and it was John Cena versus Batista versus Bobby Lashley, and it was just the three most biggest jack dudes in WWE wrestling together. Just like, come on, are you even trying, Vince?
Somewhere, Vince McMahon is in the back, not in Gorilla, but probably in his own room with that night with a
Linda.
massive box of Kleenex.
I was just gonna say, Linda, get me some tissues.
Massive box of Kleenex, lots of lotion, and a TV feed. So yeah, that's it for wrestling. That's a good place to leave it off there. We now switch over to video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we'll kick it off.
Making you wait for it.
Fine, I'll just move on to a different piece of news then. And if you interject with me, I'm going to slap your glasses off your face.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I'm watching you through the camera. I'm waiting for you to just lean in and do it. We'll start off with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. You back away from that microphone. You had your chance and you lost it. Wait until I finish the first story.
So Brandon Sanderson is coming out with this new VR experience that I'm excited for.
That's not real.
It is. I'll show you the video afterwards.
You can show me the video afterwards.
Yes.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds for Xbox, by the way, it's apparently buggy.
Yep. Not like the Dune buggies in the game.
No, apparently it's laggy. People are getting dropped from games. I heard the UI isn't too great, so some people are a little upset. I saw a video on IGN, and they were talking about it, and they raised some good points. One guy said, it's still worth, he thinks it's still worth picking up for early access, because if you accept the fact that you're going to have these issues going in while they tweak it and get it ready for an actual full launch on Xbox One.
Yeah, it's an early access.
You're going to still get that exhilarating suspense and thrill from killing somebody or getting a chicken dinner or just trying to hide out and survive.
Yeah, I mean, that's like saying that you don't want to try out a beta for a game like a Call of Duty or a Halo or something like that just because it might be buggy. Those are the kinds of things you look to expect for in a game, and you get to try it early for fun.
Yeah, and by the way, I believe we are now 4 days away, 4 or 5 days away from the 1.0 launch on PC. It's the 20th or the 21st.
Yeah, and that'll bring along the desert map and everything.
Well, we don't know if it's going to bring the desert map with it or not, I don't think.
They stated that it would.
No, the desert map is out on the public test server with the new user interface, but I don't know if it's confirmed whether or not that's going to be part of the full launch.
From what I heard, it's a part of the desert map is a part of the 1.0 update, which is why they're doing the test server.
If it is, then awesome.
Yeah, and I've been hearing a lot
The
of
new
people,
UI is amazing.
I've been hearing a lot of people
Great.
saying like, "God, I can't wait for 1.0 to come out so I can stop playing on that shitty Russian map and play in the desert again."
Yeah, I still only played that one game on the desert map, and it was pretty cool. I still love the original map too, but I want to play more of the desert map.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's how most people feel.
Mm-hmm. So
weekly Overwatch news. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. They came out with the new Overwatch holiday event, and I have some mixed feelings about it.
Really?
Yes.
Mixed feelings about it. I thought you'd be overjoyed.
Well, going into it, I was really looking forward to the skins and not that excited about the new mode they're bringing, and I actually really like the mode. It's Yeti Hunt, where you have 6 people playing, 5 people playing as Mei, 1 person playing as Yeti Winston. Excuse me. And you get to, before you go in, choose whether you prefer to be Mei or prefer to be the Yeti, a hunter or a Yeti. And that'll help guide with what they end up putting you as. You won't always get the hunter if you choose hunter, and you won't always get the Yeti if you choose the Yeti. Most of the time you'll be a hunter because only 1 person can be the Yeti. But the idea of it is the Yeti goes around getting power-ups to get into Primal Rage and has to try and kill a certain amount of Meis during the process of trying to get the power-ups and when they have the Primal Rage and everything. And the Meis are trying to all work together to kill the Winston. And it's actually pretty well balanced. I thought it'd be a little one-sided on the Mei side, but it's actually pretty dang well balanced.
Well, it's because Winston gets his Primal Rage quickly, right?
Not that quickly, but it's also he has a lot of health.
Yeah.
And if you're alone as Mei trying to take out Winston, even when he's not in his Primal Rage, the time it takes you to freeze him, he could kill you with his gun in that same time. So it is pretty fairly balanced, surprisingly. And Winston's got his jump, so if there are too many Meis around, he could just jump way away from all the Meis to try and get to safety and everything. And it's pretty fun.
How are the new skins? Have you gotten any new skins?
I have not gotten any new skins. I actually just yesterday got an old skin. I got last year's McCree Scrooge skin.
Scrooge.
Yeah, Scrooge.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I got that in a loot box. The first thing I got, though, is probably one of my favorite things from this holiday event, which is a highlight intro for Reinhardt, where he's standing there, and he holds up his shield, and you see a bunch of snowballs hit against the shield, and then he lets it down, and he has a snowball literally this big in his hand and just throws it.
Nice.
So I got that. But as far as the skins go, they've got a new Ana skin, where it's Snow Owl. It actually looks pretty cool. She's got like a mask that looks legitimately like the head of a snow owl and everything.
That's cool.
You've got Hanzo, everyone's long-awaited Hanzo holiday skin that they've been dying for because people love Hanzo. And it's basically Hanzo in a winter jacket.
Yeah.
With jeans with a little bit of a gold dragon on the butt of the jeans.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, that's a winner.
Yeah, and
skin?
I'm like, that's the big thing you were hyping up, Jeff Kaplan.
That's the best thing you got.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what it's what it is called, but Sombra has a holiday skin where it's like a kind of like, I guess, ice demon imp kind of thing, where she's like completely dark blue all over and looks like a little kind of creature thing. It actually looks pretty cool. You've got a Soldier 76 skin that is just basically him all dressed up head to toe in like extreme winter snow gear, and it's called Alpine. So let's see. So far, I've gone over
the skins in the game mode.
Well, I'm trying to remember all the skins I've gone over. Ana, Hanzo, Sombra,
Soldier 76.
Soldier 76. There's 3 more. I know what 2 are, and I want to save them for last. I can't remember what the other one is. I don't think it was anything too terribly exciting either, unfortunately, because I know they said they were releasing 7 new legendary skins, and these are all legendary skins I'm talking about. But they also had, as they promised, winter skins for 2 new Junkers. And
2 new Junkers?
Yes, for their favorite Junkers. Not new Junkers, but 2 new skins for their favorite Junkers.
Okay.
One is Roadhog,
Mm-hmm.
where it's ice fishing Roadhog, and he's literally a walrus. It's actually pretty good. That one's actually pretty good. I like that one. And then there's Junkrat, which I was disappointed by because, I mean, in the sense of how the game works, everything, it makes sense, but at the same time doesn't, because if they do this with his skin, they should also do it with Roadhog's, and they didn't. And that is, it's called Beach Rat. Junkrat in all summer attire, wearing a bathing suit, has a rubber ducky inflatable like tube on his back, because in Australia it's summer right now. Their Christmas is in the summer, which is why they did that. And I'm just like, so you could do reindeer and walrus with Roadhog, but you just do beach attire for
Junkrat.
Like,
are you out of ideas? Why didn't you use that for the summer events?
Yeah, like, I really like Junkrat, and I would have loved to see him in like a red and green outfit, maybe with like some kind of like his detonator looks like a candy cane or something.
Make him Krampus themed or something.
Yeah, something. Just anything that's like a legitimately hot, like Christmas themed, and not just like, oh well, he's a beach bum because it's summer in Australia during Christmas. Like, I was just like,
yeah, it sounds like a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed by that. I mean, they do have a couple of other interesting things, like Orisa has this really cute emote where she gets down on her knees and reaches behind her and pulls out a box and opens it up, and it's a puppy that like runs around and jumps up.
Have knees?
Kind of.
Okay.
Like runs around, jumps up, licks her on the face, and she laughs, and it just keeps doing like the running around and licking her until you put the emote away, and it's really cool. But I mean, a lot of it I'm just kind of like, not really feeling it too much with the skins. But I mean, the mode is fun, the game is fun. They've got Christmas versions of Hanamura, the Hanamura map, and the King's Row maps. Okay. And those are both
those are the same ones that were Christmassy last year, weren't they?
No.
Really?
Yes, those are the two new Christmassy ones.
Okay.
And they look really cool.
I'm sure.
I'm thoroughly happy with it. Like, they got Christmas lights everywhere in King's Row and stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, that about does it for the Overwatch news right now. I'll keep you guys updated with what new skins and stuff I unlock as the event goes on.
And then in other news, Star Wars Battlefront 2 has new content. I don't know how many of you care, given the way that Star Wars Battlefront 2 has been received, but they dropped some free DLC to coincide with the launch of The Last Jedi, which, contrary to a lot, I think it's popular belief or popular opinion, I didn't enjoy as a film, but that's neither here nor there. The content that dropped was Last Jedi versions, I believe, of Finn and Captain Phasma for multiplayer, and then they added an extra bit of the story as a way to kind of help wrap up the story of Iden Versio. And basically it's her and spoiler if you don't want to get spoiled for the storyline of
like
the main Battlefront 2. Yeah, go jump ahead about a minute because it's going to be like really quick. So Iden Versio and the Dell make up Inferno Squad. They originally an elite Imperial squad. They eventually, after witnessing the horrors of Operation Cinder, the Emperor's contingency plan, should he die, they join the Rebel Alliance. They help the rebels defeat the Empire. They take place in the Battle of Jakku, which was a battle that ended the Galactic Civil War. And then they retired to Jakku, stayed on Jakku, grew old on Jakku, and had kids in Jakku, while I think still being agents for the New Republic. The storyline ends. The main story ends with Dell being captured by Kylo Ren, thanks to their other Inferno Squad member who stayed loyal to the Empire and joined the First Order, and he is basically tortured to death. And this
cool.
Yeah,
seems like a cool, chill way to go.
Yeah, and so this free DLC is basically Iden and their daughter, Zay, I think her name is, basically trying to track down that person in the First Order, and I think maybe help the Resistance. I think it ties into The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens a bit. So, and it features locations from The Last Jedi, which is why they held off until the movie came out.
Interesting.
So if you picked up Battlefront 2, it's free. Give it a shot. Give it a play.
Yeah, might as well get free stuff out of EA while you can, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to remember, is there any other stuff in the video game world that we talked about before the show that I am forgetting, notes-wise or happenings-wise? Oh, that's what it is. Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's
there's
favorite...
fighters, and they're from the Dragon Ball universe, and that's why it's called Dragon Ball Fighters. In case you were wondering, go on.
You lost me.
You see, it's fighters.
Okay.
With a z instead of a s.
Like Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Okay.
Like big head
Anyway.
balls in your mouth.
Stop that.
Is that why you didn't like Star Wars?
Stop
Because there's
it.
both not enough and too much nudity.
Stop it. So Dragon Ball Fighters, they revealed 3 new characters and came out with a new trailer this week. The game is fast approaching. It's coming out in January. The 3 new characters announced are from Dragon Ball Super. They are technically all antagonists, even though 1 or 2 of them also one becomes more of a rival than an antagonist, and another is becomes a mentor, and that is Beerus, Hit, and Goku Black, who can go Super Saiyan Rose transformation and is joined by Zamasu.
Come on. Goku African American. Sorry, folks.
He's got that name because he wears all black. You would know that if you watch Super. He's not a black version of Goku. Stop it. You stop it.
Could be.
But he isn't.
But it could be.
No, he can't. Like we've seen the episodes. No.
It could be makeup. You don't know.
All right. So before we get called racist,
I was just trying to be totally correct over here. Sorry.
Those 3 characters were revealed. They all look really cool. I'm excited because they're all really awesome characters from Super. As I said, Goku Black will be in his Rose transformation. He'll get to use Zamasu as a support, kind of like how Android 18 uses Android 17 as a support. And he has his massive like energy scythe that he uses in the anime, which is badass.
Rose form.
Yeah, Rose.
Energy scythe.
Yeah.
Okay.
He you need to watch the anime. Basically, I would
I've
tell
already
you.
seen Yu Yu Hakusho.
Well,
and that's what they seem to be ripping off.
I would explain to you like who Goku Black is and why he has the pink hair, but that would spoil an entire arc of Dragon Ball Super, and I don't want to spoil it for people.
That's because Goku died and his spirit traveled into the womb of a woman who was pregnant.
Not at all. Nope.
And he was actually originally
Could
named
not be
Yoko Goku.
Nope. If the truth was right here, you're currently in Japan where Dragon Ball Super is made.
I still think it was originally Yoko Goku, and this is just Goku.
Anyway, Hit has his time skip ability, which his time skip ability. This isn't really much of a spoiler. He can basically like pause time for like a fraction of a second, and that allows him to move in like close distances on people and hit them like really crazy, which is why he's called Hit. He's a legendary assassin from Universe 6.
I love
he's
how
called
they're so
Hit
creative with the name.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
When are they gonna call Yamcha lie down? Shout
No.
dead.
No, their names will be cannon and fodder.
There you go.
There we go.
Tien Blinky.
And then Beerus has his attacks and everything. Like his ball of destruction, all that good stuff. And then also in addition to the characters being revealed, the trailer showed what are known as like these special scenes that happen at the end, possibly the beginning as well, the beginning and end of every battle, where if you start off a battle with 2 characters who actually fought each other in the anime, the scene that starts their battle in the anime kicks off. Or if you win your match and you beat somebody who the character you're playing as beats somebody they fought or beat in the anime, that scene from the anime of them beating that person will play out in the game, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Interesting.
Cool. So that's the Dragon Ball Fighters news, and I believe that's all the Video game news we have. Bowling Dude said hello, so hi to Bowling Dude. He mentioned PUBG for Xbox. We brought that up at the top of video game stuff. Buggy, but I would say maybe give it a try.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it on Xbox, but I love it so much on PC. I would say give it a try, unless you want to wait until those bugs are fixed and it's a little smoother experience. But I think PUBG is so good that if you have a chance to play it, you should play it.
Yeah,
despite the bugs.
I do not have a PC or an Xbox One, so I'm all sad face over here about that.
Yeah, sad face. You gotta get yourself a PC or an Xbone.
I need money.
Yeah.
And time.
Yeah. But that's gonna do it for episode 34 of the Super Grapple Bros podcast. Be sure to tune in next week, the week of Christmas. We're going to be doing our episode live on Twitch on Friday, December 22nd, which is the Friday before Christmas. Maybe we'll be holiday themed. Maybe we'll wear like ugly sweaters and stuff. I do have my Ultimate Warrior ugly sweater. Actually, I can wear that.
I don't have any ugly holiday sweaters, but I do have some Christmas shirts.
We will do our Clash of Champions review. Maybe talk about games that we're excited and hoping to get for Christmas. Maybe recommendations for what you could get people for Christmas, or what we hope.
I think that might be a little late at that point. Recommendations, what you could spend money you get from relatives on for Christmas.
Here's games you can go and get, and nobody's gonna pick up that phone, so that's gonna mess up our intro. But games that you can go and run out at the last minute and try and buy people for Christmas.
And you mean outro, by the way?
Yeah, outro. That's
at
what
least try to be professional.
Call from Best Buy. Oh no, that was not Best Buy.
They were calling me, we heard you talking about deals after Christmas. We gotta get in on this.
Get
Best
them in
Buy
the shop.
Sponsor us. Come on.
Get them. Okay. Anyway, yes. Next Friday, the 22nd. What time are we gonna aim for? I believe.
I have no idea.
11 o'clock, noon. That a little late in the day.
Sounds good to me for now. I'll double check. I don't think I have anything planned that day.
Okay, so sometime between 11 a.m. and noon on this coming Friday is when we will be having our next episode. So live on Twitch, be sure to check out on that. That will be at twitch.tv/L_Murpho, where it will also be on VOD form after it goes live, just like every podcast. If you want to find out exactly when we are going to have the podcast about, once we get a better idea and figure things out, we can maybe say, oh, it's 11 or it's 11:30 or it's noon. Follow us on Twitter and we will let you guys know. I am at L_Murpho.
DMurph_42.
Do not forget also you can catch the Super Grapple Bros podcast in VOD form on YouTube as well at Murpho Real. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comment on them, let us know what you think. You can also give us feedback by emailing us at supergrapplebros@gmail.com for questions, trivia, topics, all that other kind of stuff, all that good stuff. Give us feedback. We'd love to hear it. We can read it out on the show. And do not forget as well to check us out in audio form by searching Super Grapple Bros. We are on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and other places where podcasts can be found. Do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe, because the more reviews we get, we actually will get a score on iTunes, and we will actually show up for other people to find us and watch us and listen to us. So, hello to Big Stupid as we head out. Unfortunately, you came in at the end, but you'll be able to go back on VOD on Twitch and watch us all over again. That's it for our Clash Champions prediction show. Did something happen because you're checking your phone?
I wanted to bring up something. I think I have a new way to end the show every week, which I think is quite interesting, and boy. I personally would be a fan of.
Here we go.
I think we should end the show now, where I come up and I bring up and just list the headline of my favorite kayfabe news article of the week. Send everyone off with a nice little laugh. How does that sound to you?
Sure.
Okay. This week, our kayfabe news headline to end the show is Vince Russo. Already messing up.
Wow, you did a great job. All right, bye, guys.
Vince Russo poorly books his own vacation.
How is that different from anything he books?
Exactly.
All right. With that, we are out of here. Take care, everybody. Until next time.
Bye.
Peace and deuces.
Peace out.
Deuce.
Shut up and sit down.
What are you doing?